How was your day?
Today, joy.
It's not really in Jesus' name. You have life in Him.
Amen.
Welcome back to Let's Chat segment, and as usual, I'm here with my name is Toluashe, or Tolu for short, and my wife's name is Ruth, and we are the host of Diaspora Collective. If you don't know who Diaspora Collective is, you need to check all our other stuff. So that will be a couple hours of watching. But Let's Chat segment is really all about topics that that are social questions that are for foreigners coming into this country, or foreign nationals coming into this country, or newcomers to Canada coming into this country, and their issues around that. Mm-hmm. So the fun part about this is that I don't get to know what topics specifically we'll be addressing, but my wife does. Mm-hmm. So she gets to ask me the question, and we have a discussion. So looking forward to having you here.
So in today's scenario, we have one. So she says, I don't know if it's a she or a he, but it goes like this. Hi, I'm in Canada. I'm working in contact center or customer care. I am getting depressed. When I speak to clients, they always hang up or say listening to me is painful. I try to ask them if I'm too fast. Some just say they would rather speak to someone else, while others say my accent is their problem. I tell them I can continue to repeat myself to make them understand, or even speak slowly. They say that wouldn't help. I'm afraid, because if these people don't like my accent, what will happen to my job? Is there a place I can learn to change my accent, like a video or something? Please help.
Well, I would say that's there's so many areas inside that whole course, that whole scenario.
Yeah.
Because it's not. I don't really think, from what I'm getting, from what she's saying, or he or they are saying, mm-hmm. I'm not really thinking that it's just based on what the tone or the accent that she's carrying. I'm getting a sense of, maybe this has to do with the ethnicity, or maybe something, a prejudice. That's what I'm saying. Mm. So maybe it could be that. Mm. So that's why, because what she's saying is that, it's not like she's not trying to help make the situation better. So if she's constantly getting some sort of, what again I'm putting like prejudice about the matter, I think it might be much more than that.
Well, first of all, I know that customer care work is a lot. I mean, I did a bit. I wouldn't say it wasn't really customer. I think it was like sales, where you have to call people and all of that. But I know I had friends back then that used to do that, and they used to complain about, how people lose patience, a lot of, insults and whatnot. So I can just imagine how she would feel having to say something, and they're like, oh, I don't understand your English. I don't know, it reminds me of this video of that guy that was trying to speak, and who was telling him the letters. And the guy was like, no, that's not what it means. It's like, I don't know. I don't want to call where he's from, because I don't want to sound racial. But it's like, because someone said what they said was like, well, I tell people Indians have the strongest accent in Canada from his own experience, and they are mostly into customer service jobs. The Nigerian accent is not even as strong as theirs. So if they can do it, then you have zero worries.
Yeah,
I actually believe so too. Because maybe the Indians are having their own. But like she said, those are the people that ever do most of the customer call jobs, and they still do their jobs. So I think that it doesn't matter what your accent is, but I like the fact that she's asking for help, that maybe she can improve her accent. I feel, first of all, that everyone has accent, but it's just the way you pronounce, I guess. So accent is different from pronunciation,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I'm still working on my own accent.
After taking tons of ESL, English as second language classes, that frankly, you can question that a little bit because you came from an English speaking country. So that's something maybe we can even talk about that. What's the deal with that English speaking countries coming to Canada to still take an English speaking exam. So that's a talk for another day.
Yeah.
But just as you said, like the accent is for us is not really. I would say
people's on that are really strong though.
That's why the ESL. That means some people may have their traditional language.
Yeah.
English as a second language for anyone that's looking at ESL. English as a second language. Some people may have even in Nigeria and maybe some other African countries. Some people, not the mass majority of people, but some people may have their traditional language, their mother tongue first. But my own upbringing, and as well, I'm sure there are many Nigerians that might be in that same area, that English was what we learned first.
Yes.
Especially if you grew up in Lagos, Nigeria. English is likely what you learn first in the commercial capitals.
Yeah, but the issue is that it's not as if she cannot speak English, but it's the accent. So how do you remove the accent from English if someone learned, for instance, Igbo before English all their life? So the accent of the Igbo will still be there, even if they're saying the right English.
I would say that, it's even with, and that happens in any other culture. I've seen people here, even the people that come from, let's say, Asia, that have like the Chinese that have come here and they try and they learn. I think we need to have a little grace, especially because it's already hard enough that this is you have a first language and you're now learning a second language and you're now trying to integrate into a different culture.
Yeah.
So those things should be considered, especially for jobs that
have to do with speaking to people.
Time. Canada is multicultural. I think most employers should understand that by now. Most customers should understand that by now. That you are going to deal with them. That's why I said there's almost like a prejudice. Because it's like you're in a country where you are surrounded by different cultures. No matter where you are in Canada, it's almost rare to see just one ethnic group. It's almost rare to see that. So you are seeing that a lot of people are going to be. You're going to meet people from different ethnic backgrounds. And so we need to be desensitized as a community to this issue that we need to have the Queen's language.
Yeah.
We need to have now it's the King's language. The King's language to be able to handle jobs or handle speaking jobs very, eloquently. So
just to put it that way, someone commented that enunciation and vocabulary. You see, I'm still working on accents. Enunciation and vocabulary. He tells me all the time. Enunciation and vocabulary over accent. So that's what I'm saying. There's a difference between vocabulary and accent, like pronunciation, enunciation. So that's what the commenter also said. Enunciation and vocabulary over accent. Focus on pronouncing your words fully. And instead, we Nigerians sometimes mumble words, which I found myself doing, especially when I got introduced or came into content creation, and you have to always speak. I found out that sometimes I mumble my words or I don't. That's why you always tell me, like, pronounce, enunciate, like saying this way. So I think that's the issue that she's having. And if she's able to, and he said, and build your vocabulary with words to replace Nigerian English specific words like trafficate or next tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. Most of the things that we encounter in local English, even you could know English and be able to talk and still have this, there's a local slang way of talking. It happens even like, I talked with there's a young guy that that we know. I think is Robert.
Yeah.
And he was telling me about Quebecois. You know, the people of Quebec also speak French, but their French is a slang of the actual French language. So if you, even though you speak French,
You will not.
you may not understand the Quebecois because they have it's now a dialect.
I see.
So when a slang of a language, you have enough people speaking it, it becomes a dialect of that language. So now to help for when people are commonly trying to understand you, it is encouraged to better take some time and learn how words are said, so that is, especially in the job, in order to improve. I like her mentality, or he or her, you know, their mentality. I like their mentality that they are looking at ways to improve themselves, and I do encourage that they should. There are apps that help with that.
Yeah.
There's also
even YouTube. I'm sure you'll find something.
Yes, and they also their public speaking the teachings online, or even in person, that you can attend and brush up your
I'll get you a
speaking.
husband that can.
And I mean, it's that person. Yeah,
Just kidding.
let that God go provide that. But yeah, take some time and practice. It makes for better speech. It doesn't make you perfect, but it makes for better speech. So that's my.
Yeah, and someone said, to be honest, it's not you, it's them. As someone that has, like, this commenter is saying that they have also worked in customer service for close to a year, and they would like to say that it's not a you thing, but a them thing. The only thing that he advises is that try to speak slowly if you think you're going too fast, but don't let things like this get to you. There are other nationalities, just like you spoke, that don't speak half as clearly as you do, and they're doing just fine. Don't let people with biases make you feel depressed. I've had calls where customers will say they want to speak to an American and that my accent is too thick. Pass them over to someone else if they refuse and continue your work. They're trying to bring you down. Don't let them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're not the only one working in that.
Exactly.
It's very easy. You know, I've been on the phone with people that had, you know, strong accents, and you just patiently listen. But if you can't patiently listen, you can always request for someone else. I'm so sorry, I don't understand what you're saying. Can you pass me along to another person that I can talk to?
Yeah.
And be polite with it. People, let's be polite, you know.
Exactly.
It doesn't hurt to say, okay, I'm so sorry, I don't understand this, and I don't understand what you're saying, and it has nothing to do with that person. And again, also, customer, if you're working in that field, don't get down if somebody says they don't understand you. You just take it, they don't understand you, and just keep bettering yourself. It doesn't mean that you're terrible at your job. It means that you're just growing, and also you can always look for ways to improve so that you can be better at your job.
Sure, absolutely right. Well, I guess that's it. We've come to the end. Except if you have more. I mean, it's a less chat segment, so you guys please share your own advice, or if you've had experiences like this, please let us know. I'm sure there's someone who's reading comments to see what they can learn, but that's all we can give from here.
Yeah.
You, I guess, do you have something else to say?
Give us some tips, or, give that person some tips.
Yeah, so
let's help each other. I think this is also the power of community.
True.
So if you know about resources that could help such a person,
yes,
then, put them in the comment section, and let's help our community integrate better and have a better life here.
Yeah. So if you enjoyed this segment or this episode of Let's Chat, do subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next one.